If you've never been in a dark place, congratulations, that's amazing. But eventually life will hit you, hopefully. I've been going through it mentally a little bit this week. And it's okay to say, I don't want to sugarcoat it every time I mention that I've been going to dark places. It's okay, we all do. I don't know if I'm doing glasses or no glasses, maybe glasses. But again, I'm gonna do kind of like a mukbang, however you pronounce it, because your boy have to eat, and it's 8 something, and it's usually almost past dinner time for some people where I live, which is in the Nordics. But a boy is trying to take his protein intake, which is really high. So we're gonna do this afternoon snack, but it's a lot of things. Long story short, I will eat while I'll talk. That's it. For this video, I think I have something really interesting. At least it was really interesting for me. So I thought I would share, because when I share this with people, they're like, wow, I didn't know this was like, it's a thing that a lot of people do, but maybe we don't have a label for it. So I think it's quite cool to put labels on things. Not in general, usually it's not good to put labels, but in this case, yes. Let's say you have a disease, horrible example because it's not a disease, but people feel relief when you can put a label to the problem that you have. And it's not a problem, I'm explaining it horribly, so I'll just say it. It's positive dissociation. I don't know if it's dissociation or dissociation. I think it's dissociation. I'll double check, put here the correct thing. So apparently there's this thing, I always understood it as something negative, as something bad. Dissociation, meaning that you physically are in one place, but mentally not really. And I feel like people throw this word quite a lot just as a joke, like I was not paying attention equals disassociation. But it goes much deeper than that. I haven't done a lot of research, so please double check this information. But what I understand as disassociation is that you're having a conversation, you're in one place, let's say with friends, at work, whatever, and you're literally not able to focus on what you are doing and the conversation with the people, whatever, because you are disassociating. So it usually has negative connotation, because if you're trying to be focused on one place but you cannot do it, that's not good. Spoiler. But apparently there's also positive disassociation. Dramatic pause. Because as a positive thing, it's amazing. And it's something that I was doing, but again, I didn't know that it had a term, like not scientific, but a proper term. So it's really cool to know that it is a thing. Basically, positive disassociation, it means that when you are in a dark place, let's say you're going through it, like really going through it, let's put it in a really extreme scenario. It's really difficult when you're in this dark mental place to see how good things are or how good things will be at some point. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you think that absolutely everything is horrible. We've all been in that position to a certain degree. Of course, there's depressed people who feel it much often than others, but even you don't need to be depressed to go into a dark place mentally every now and then. If you've never been in a dark place, congratulations, that's amazing. But eventually life will hit you. Hopefully not, it's not like a threat, but yes, I was living life thinking that I was kind of lucky or maybe insensitive in a way, because I was not going through it. Even when I was suffering from some stuff, it was not that big, or at least in my head, I was not making it that big. And some people were saying that maybe it's because I'm stronger than most, but spoiler, no, it's because I was just not going through stuff yet. I'm not saying that I deserve everyone, like I wish everyone bad, but it builds character. Like it's not absolutely, it's not everything bad when you are in a dark place. Basically, I've been going through it a little bit, and that's fine, that's life. I don't want to make a big deal about it. But I was making the exercise that when I'm doing good, when I'm still not in a bad place, let's think about the positive things that I have in my life. Let's think about my work situation. I'm employed and I really like what I do. Let's think about my family. Of course, the situation is not perfect, but I really appreciate my mom, my grandma, my uncles, my cousins. There's a lot of people that I really care about, and they're gonna be there as long as they can, hopefully. I have really good friends. I have a quite nice apartment. I have health. Like, let's focus on everything, as silly as it sounds. Let's focus on everything that you have or that it's good. Of course, try to not make it materialistic. Like in my case, I'm talking about connections. I'm talking about stability in general, because work can mean a lot of things. Everyone needs to work because we need money. But in my mind, I'm thinking work as in there's a lot of unemployed people. I'm not one of them. Luckily, maybe soon, but this is for another topic. I'm renting, but basically positive disassociation. When you're in a good place, when you're not yet in a dark place, let's make the exercise and think about the good things that you have around you. Again, it can be people, it can be places, it can be things, but let's try to not make it too superficial, because then you will lose that thing and it's not gonna work. So now that you've done the exercise, again, in my case, it's family, it's friends, like try to think about specific people, specific things, because then the exercise works much better. So now we know, we have the list, everything is looking great, and everything is good because mentally we're also in a good place. We are not in a dark place yet. Let's say you're going to do something and then you are in a dark place mentally. In that moment when you are really, really going through it, it's really difficult to see the positive things. But since when you were doing great, when you were all right, you did the exercise and you made the effort to think about the positive things in your life, positive people, positive places, positive whatever. When you are in a dark place mentally, when your mind is going to the darkness and it's impossible to see the light at the end of the tunnel, since you made the exercise when you were doing well, now that you're not so well, now that you're struggling a little bit, it's easier to remember the good things. And I was talking about it with my therapist, and again, it's something that I was doing because I noticed that sometimes it's really difficult when you're thinking about negative stuff. It's really complicated to remember that you're gonna be all right at some point, even if you think that it's the end of the world, like everything is going against your expectations, or you're not following the plan that you thought you were gonna follow. There's people that are gonna be there, thankfully, and there's some things that are not gonna change. It's really difficult to see these positive things when you are in a dark place. This is why it's really important when you are in a positive mindset to do the exercise. So then when you are in the dark place, again, hopefully you don't go there often, but if you go, it's going to be much easier to remember the good things that you have going on. And yeah, sometimes it's really tricky, so that's why you really need to do the exercise when you are doing well. So yeah, I hope this was an interesting term for you. And since I don't want to keep this really superficial, I want to talk about some examples, because this week, oh my god, it's been a bit rough. I don't want to be super dramatic and be like, oh my god, it's the worst week of my life, like it's horrible, I hate everything. Not to that extent, but it hasn't been a really nice week. And I have a list of things, because I was saying that even when you are in a dark place, you're trying to think about the positive. Like in my case, one of the positive things that I always have, luckily, knock on wood, is health. Usually I don't get sick so often, not even cold, not even anything. And it's a flex, I think, because everyone is sick all the time, especially where I live, Helsinki, Finland. The changes of temperature, they go like crazy sometimes, especially now. By the end of October, we have like 1 week of autumn and then it's winter. So basically a month ago it was pretty sunny, and now we're getting into winter. It's gonna start snowing and all of that. So it's really easy to get a little bit sick. And this week, again, I made a list because it's a lot going on. I was trying to make the exercise like, what are the positive things that I have in my life? And of course, family, friends, all of these things still stand, even if there were some little things here and there. I don't want to say little things, like there are some big things as well. But yeah, let's keep it simple. I digress so much. I go on rants so much. I would love to be really specific, go straight to the point, but then I will have to cut the video a lot and I'll have to do a lot of preparation. But yeah, so this week I went to dark places multiple times. Again, I'm fine, everything is alright, but sometimes your mind just goes there. And usually I think, oh my god, I have health. I do have health, I'm not that sick, but I also have something going on down there. I don't know what kind of words you can use on YouTube. I don't want to get, not demonetized because I'm not getting any money, but I don't want to get blocked or shadow banned. But there's something going on down there, you know, when you have personal, when you get really close to someone, like really close, almost inside someone. So then you can get stuff if you don't use things to protect yourself. If you're following, you're following. So I got one of those. It's not the end of the world, but still I don't have 100% of my usual health. About work, I really lucky because I never worry so much about work, and by default I don't worry that much about income or money because I started working like 10 years ago, and every month since those 10 years, since I started working basically, I had a monthly income. Some months it's been bigger, some months it's been not so big, but I had some type of income. But right now, I don't know about my contract situation for the next year. So this, of course, it's good because I'm still employed, but it's something that I don't have like locked. So health, work is not going as great as it could be. Then with my family, I talked already, my dad passed away. I don't want to sugarcoat it. And of course, it's really tragic because it was an accident, it was unexpected, he was not that old. Again, I have other videos about it. I don't want to sound insensitive, but I don't want to be the guy that just talks about this. So this happened by the end of June, but still, there's things to process, and when someone dies, it's crazy to say it like this, but of course you need to grieve, you need to process a lot of things, you need to be there with your family, but there's also a lot of paperwork and a lot of things that you don't think about them a lot. And I'm in another country, so I'm not handling as much as I should. Maybe my mom and my brother, other family members are doing most of the work, but still it's something in the back of my mind. So family, it's there, but there's things going on there, grieving mostly. With friends, I always say that I have not a lot of friends, but good quality friends. But this week, I've been thinking quite a lot about the fact that with not one, not two, let's say two for now, with multiple friends, I've been growing distant. And that's fine, that's life. There's this one friendship that was really, really intense. And now basically the friendship just disappeared. I don't want to get too much into detail, but basically the friends situation, it's also a bit shaky. I still have friends, really good friends, but yeah, some friendships are maybe not there, or not there so strongly. I don't want to be dramatic. And then relationships, because relationships as in potential boyfriends, partners. I've been seeing this guy and it's going great. And it's a bit scary. Like before I was complaining because I didn't have anyone. I was not meeting anyone interesting. And that was not sad, but it was a bit frustrating because I think I have a lot to offer. And maybe people were not appreciative enough, or I was not meeting the right guys. I don't know. But right now I've been seeing this guy for over a month, a little bit over a month. And it's going great. But that's also a bit scary because usually when things go well, I tend to sabotage myself, or then something happens and it goes to real quick. Like hit the fan, is that an expression, I think? So yeah, that is not going bad, but it's just something else to worry about. Basically what I was saying, I've been going to dark places. When I say dark places, it sounds so dramatic. It's not that dramatic, but I've been going through it mentally a little bit this week. And it's okay to say, I don't want to sugarcoat it every time I mention that I've been going to dark places. It's okay, we all do. And I don't know why I'm justifying myself all the time. I can't just say my mind was going to dark places, but I also want to be really not sensitive. I don't know what's the word, but I know that people are really, really going through it. Like they are unemployed, maybe they are struggling to find a house, maybe they don't have any family. So of course I'm not comparing myself to those people, but I also have my problems. And again, I don't need to justify myself. So yeah, basically when I do this positive disassociation, before I was like, okay, I'm healthy, family is great, I have really good friends, I have a really good job that I like everything is going all right. But right now, when I'm doing the positive disassociation, I've been struggling as well a little bit, because I was like, okay, maybe my work situation is not the best, but if my work situation is not the best, I have other things going great, like family, friends, health, etc. But right now I feel like there's a lot of pillars, let's say, that are shaking. I don't want to be dramatic, but with the health situation, I know that I'm gonna get tested, I'm gonna get some pills, and that's it, I'm gonna be fine. But still, this week is not great. With the friendship situation, maybe I can talk with some of them, I can try to fix the situation a little bit. But this week is not the case, that it's going great. So I think positive disassociation is a great exercise, but it's also a bit scary for weeks like this when you have a lot of areas in your life that are not the best. I'm not gonna say bad, but they are not the best. So yeah, I don't know if this is an interesting concept for a lot of people, but for me it was. So I wanted to share it. Please, please, please do your research. It's not like millions of people watch my videos, but take what I say, especially these scientific terms, psychological terms, take them with a grain of salt, because I don't do my research that often. It's a concept that I like I was talking about it in therapy. My therapist was like, oh, this thing that you are doing, it has a specific name. Like, oh, what is it? And then she explained a little bit about it. So I'm rephrasing what she said basically, but of course she's a professional, but she's not the expert in absolutely all the topics. So if this is something that interests you, please do your research. I'm not a psychologist, thank God. I'm thinking about studying psychology, but this is for another video. So yeah, I'm not eating shit. Every time I'm trying to do mukbangs, it's not working that well. But yeah, maybe for this video I'll keep it short and sweet. I really wanted to film today because the outfit, I loved it. I don't know so much about the glasses, but yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to make it too long. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you got this far. Leave a comment and all this stuff because it helps because YouTube will show my video to more people. I've been doing this for a little bit over a year. I do like it, to be completely honest. I was expecting to be a bit more successful at it. I don't know why, but still I like it. I feel like, so most of the videos don't get a lot of comments, but when they do, and they are really nice, thoughtful comments, I really like it. Not just because I get the interaction, the positive reinforcement, which is great, I'm not gonna lie, but also because there's some people that care about what I'm saying, and then they try to express their opinion, they try to help in any way, shape or form. So I really appreciate the people that watch the videos, especially till the end, because I saw the analytics. Most of the people click out at the very beginning. So if you made it so far, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And that's it. I'm gonna finish eating because if not, the food, like the afternoon snack, gets mixed with dinner and then it's really difficult to sleep, and it's already quite late. It's 8:30, like it's so late for the afternoon snack. And it's not like it's a snack, like it's a whole ass meal. I just finished my peanut butter sandwich, but I still have oats with cereal, yogurt with blueberries, banana, avocado. So it's quite a lot, but your boy is trying to grow, not taller, but wider, I guess, like the muscles. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching again. See you soon. Bye bye.